Hello and welcome back. We have a lot of good news to discuss today, and it's all surrounding more PlayStation 5's good PlayStation news for its growth as a company. PlayStation selling at a profit now with their standard edition PS5s, some rumors or I guess leaks about the PSVR 2 and Ghost of Tsushima Legends getting a standalone. Now let's get right into this, and we're going to start with the PS5 having way more units coming out for people to purchase. And so this comes from VGC, and it's titled Sony says it secured enough components to hit 22 million PlayStation 5 sales goal. Speaking during a web call on Thursday, transcribed by VGC, CFO Hiroki Totoki claimed that Sony has secured enough semiconductors, which have been in short supply during the pandemic, to achieve its fiscal year target of selling 14.8 million PS5s. In quotes, the shortage of semiconductors has impacts in various areas, and through various measures, we have been taking some action, he said. For PS5, the target has been set for the number of units to be sold this year, and we have secured the number of chips that is necessary to achieve that. Regarding the supply of semiconductors, we are not concerned, and so this is very good news for those of you who are hoping to get a PS5 sometime this year, as it seems that that's likely going to become more of a possibility as we get closer to Christmas time and having these units hopefully out there for you guys to buy. Obviously, this doesn't mean that you're just going to walk into a Best Buy or a GameStop and just pick one up, but it does mean that you're more likely to come across one. Very good news for those of you really hoping to get a hold of one. Regardless, there's going to be a shortage nonetheless, probably even into 2023 based on the information that's out there right now, but that could change as we go forward into the year. Now, next up, I want to talk to you guys about the PS5 Standard Edition selling at a profit. This comes from WCCF Tech, titled PS5 Standard Edition now selling at a profit, says Sony PS4 sales are dropping off steadily. So the Standard Edition PS5 is reportedly already being sold at a profit less than a year from launch. The less expensive PS5 Digital Edition hasn't reached the break-even point yet, but Sony is hoping that will be offset by peripherals and accessory sales. So naturally, we hear this quite often, that consoles get sold at a loss, and they make up with accessories and games, and then down the road eventually they start breaking even and eventually making a profit on the consoles as well. And it looks like that has happened a little sooner than I expected, at least with how powerful the PS5 is and the quality of components in there. But yes, good news for PlayStation, as obviously them making more money means they can make more games, meaning they can bring more products to us. That's all positive news for any PlayStation fan out there. But hey, I think any news like this is good news for anyone who is a PlayStation fan or a Sony investor at the end of the day. Now let's talk about our next topic, which is Sony and how profitable it has become and how well they are doing as a company. As we know, in the past, they didn't have the numbers that they have today. Now, obviously, things have changed drastically, and we're looking at the best version of PlayStation to date. And hopefully going forward, we're going to see more of that. Now, this comes from Push Square, and it says, for the 3-month period ending 30th June 2021, the company secured its largest Q1 revenue and operating profit ever, even when you factor in other quarters, such as the incredibly lucrative Q3. This is its 6th best operating profit of all time. PlayStation as a whole pulled in $5.62 billion alone, the biggest Q1 revenue ever for the division, with the PS5 shipping 2.3 million units during the period. While the number of PS Plus subscribers did dip compared to previous quarter, it's still up year over year, so there's no real room for panic there. So again, just more evidence of how PlayStation is doing really well, and we're just seeing the best version of Sony, or the best version of PlayStation that we've ever seen, and I hope to see more of that. Now, next up, I want to talk to you guys about PSVR 2, the next-gen PSVR, and we gotta, take this one as you will. It's technically a rumor. We don't know for sure that this is 100% the truth, but I found this over on Reddit. It says new details about the next-gen PSVR. PSVR without Parole, a well-known name in the PSVR community, just dropped a video outlining details from a summit Sony held with developers regarding the next PSVR. There's a video link but these are the points that they came across. Now, it says referred to as NGVR by Sony, Next Gen PSVR, not PSVR 2. It will use Fresnel OLED screens with a 2000 by 2040 resolution per eye, HDR display, field of view is 110 degrees, using flexible scaling resolutions in addition to foveated rendering, which used in conjunction eye tracking, both which aims to scale resolution based upon the user's concentrated view and reduces the strains on PS5 resources. Haptics are planned for the headset itself to reduce motion sickness and improve immersion. The new controls, which don't have a name yet, will be packaged with every new next-gen VR headset at launch, which is really good news. Obviously, you don't want to just buy a headset and it's useless without the controls, so very happy to see that. The controllers will include capacitive touch sensors, which are analog-based and can track the distance between your fingers and thumb. This is in addition to haptics and adaptive triggers, which have already been announced. Sony want to move away from VR experiences and concentrate on AAA games with an aim to make hybrid games that are playable in both flat screen and VR. When those titles launch, you can even select which version you want to download. That is a super interesting point. I really like that, because what does that mean? That means that we're going to have more games that have VR experiences if this is the case. If this is true, this means a lot of good stuff for VR. We're going to have more VR games. That's what I believe. Now, obviously, they won't be fully catered to just that VR experience, and they may not be as well fleshed out as you would hope if it was just a dedicated VR experience, but still having more available is always better than just having like, you know, a handful of games. So that's exciting for me personally. Next point, nothing was mentioned regarding backwards compatibility for PSVR 1, but there's a push to remaster some PSVR 1 games. Again, there's not that many of them, so the good ones can definitely be remastered. I could totally see that. And lastly, the headset itself wasn't shown and release date wasn't mentioned, but launch plans will be revealed in early 2022. Wow, so that's a lot of information. Could be a lot of good information depending on how much of this is true. I think that there's a lot of good stuff here. Personally, this makes me more excited about PSVR 2, as PSVR 1 was not that exciting to me personally. Tried it out, thought it was cool, but I didn't see myself using that on a regular basis, so I never really went out and purchased one, but I did try it out and experienced it definitely to see if it was something that I would personally enjoy. But exciting news for those of you who really do want to go out and buy one of these, and I probably will be jumping on that as soon as I have all the details out there for me. Now, lastly, I want to talk to you guys about Ghost of Tsushima, the standalone game that is launching, and this is really interesting because it's a mode that was given for free with people who purchased the game, and now they're going to sell it as a standalone, which there's nothing wrong with that. I think that's a great idea, and they're adding a lot of stuff to this. So this comes from the PlayStation blog, and it's titled Ghost of Tsushima Legends Gets Standalone Release, Adds New Rivals Mode on September 3rd. And so every update detailed below will be available at no additional charge to owners of any version of Ghost of Tsushima on PS4 or PS5, with no Director's Cut purchase required. Players on PS4 and 5 will be able to play together seamlessly, progressing in Legends carries over regardless of which console you're playing on. So that's super exciting to hear. And they said first today we're excited to reveal Rivals on an all-new mode coming to Ghost of Tsushima Legends on September 3rd, including new trophies and cosmetics. And Rivals, 2 teams of 2 will compete to defeat waves of enemies. With each defeated foe, you'll collect Megatama that you can use to harm the other team. Now, there's a bunch of details in there about how that works. I'll leave that link for you guys to check out if you are interested in that. Second, at the same time Rivals launches, they'll be releasing the new Gear Mastery system. Again, there'll be details about that for you guys to look out. Starting on September 3rd, we're also offering a new way to buy Legends on its own without the single-player campaign starring Jin Sakai. This new standalone version of Legends will be available on PlayStation Store starting on September 3rd for $20 and on PS5 and 4 consoles. So that'll be there for you guys who just want to play the Legends. In my opinion, you should just buy the whole game and get the whole experience, because the main campaign is absolutely fantastic, really good experience, and I think you'd be missing out if you're interested in Legends, but yet you didn't play the main game. So definitely highly suggest you go out there. There are some cosmetics that are locked to just Ghost of Tsushima owners, the people who own the full game, and so if you're interested in that, that's something as well to keep in mind. But that's all I have for you guys in today's video. I'd love to hear from you. What do you think of all this great news that has come out about PlayStation's success financially, and there being more PS5 units dropping this year for those of you who have not already bought one? How do you feel about this rumor about next-gen PSVR? Does it get you more excited about PlayStation VR? Are you going to be playing on the PSVR system when it does drop? And lastly, how do you feel about this Ghost of Tsushima update that's coming to Legends, and also giving us the ability to buy this separately if you are not interested in the main game as well? Let me know in the comments. And as always, if you have not subscribed already, please hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell to get notified about all my upcoming videos, and hit the like button. It helps the channel a ton. You can follow me on Twitter and Twitch. Links will be in the description. And share this video with a friend. I will talk to you all on the next one. Take care.